Western neuroscience, in its slippage of lacking instrumentalities to reason with the possibilities of the phenomenon of consciousness as being before and beyond the very existence of the brain, posits that consciousness is generated by the brain. Without the brain, you don't have consciousness. Now, another slippage of Western neuroscience is being devoid of what we call moya. And by moya, I'm using a Sesotho Nguni, term, which is inadequately, translated, inadequately and inaccurately translated spirit. Spirit comes from Latin spirare. It simply means to breathe. That's what spirit means. But now, moya with us, correctly pronounced, it should be moya, which is that which enables motion, or that which animates life forms. The animating force behind life forms is moya. It sets things in motion. It activates sounds, in life forms. So if moya has configurations that are non-human, configurations that are not, animate, it means then there are other moyatic configurations. I use the word moya with the neologism that I introduce, and that is moyatic as an adjective. There are, moyatic life form configurations without brains. And if moya is the animating force in the universe, and the animation comes with what we call temoho, and that is illuminated awareness or consciousness, or kelello, and that is, awareness, but yet not illuminated, because once it gets illuminated, we have the word temoho, which is what consciousness is. After the cognition activity called monahano, or the mind, or intellection, where the brain gets instrumentalized to transduce consciousness from, above and beyond its own realm, meaning consciousness is transduced according to the Sesotho Nguni concept of boko, kelello, monahano. Because boko is the organ, boko is the organ, which is a thinking machine, because thinking is not consciousness, but is processing the data that the brain, as the antenna, as the transducer, has conceived from the awareness field of its perception. So consciousness, it is my argument, because there's a book that I'm busy writing, and it's called African-Centered Neuro-Ontology, and the moyatic framework is what I'm introducing in that. And by moya, as I've said earlier on, as I've alluded, earlier on, I'm not referring to what elusive phenomenologies you refer to as spirit. Moya and spirit are not synonymous conceptually. They they do not have any affinity. So I'm arguing that the moho, that's why there are other beings that are, life form configurations that are animated by moya, but they do not have brains. The earth itself nurtures, receives, things crop up from it, causes things to crop up from it. That is an animated life form. Then Moya is in charge of the configuration to the calibrations of Mother Earth, herself. Although there is no brain in the biological sense, you cannot at the same time deny the cosmological or the cosmic arrangement and order of things, and the intelligence that is at play on how things, are orderly put together in a fashion that says there's an intelligent arrangement that is built in the moietic configuration to this life form, and it does not have a brain. So Western neuroscience is in error by insisting that consciousness is generated by the brain, and if the brain is dead, there's no consciousness. Then we wouldn't have ancestral, connection or ancestor communions or entities beyond earth dimensional existence that we consciously interact with. We would not have that. This exchange of data, this exchange of observation, this exchange of analysis between our dimension and the beyond earth dimensional realm or existence that has beings, that we call ancestors, and other non-animate moietic life form configurations that are there, and that are not devoid of consciousness. There wouldn't be order and arrangement that smoothly surmises some intelligence to it if consciousness was only contingent upon the existence of the brain, especially the human brain.